Hello. Hello. Good afternoon, all. How are we doing?
Hello.
Can you see me, Maureen?
Not yet.
Man, okay. Well, I'm gonna be a black screen for today. It looks like I'm on my work computer.
Okay.
There we go. There we go. Much more appealing aesthetic. Thank you all for joining. Hi, Jenny. Hi, is it Yvonne? Hi,
Hello.
Ruben, Nina, Stephanie. Thank you all for joining. Hello, hello.
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 Alrighty, I'll give it about 2 more minutes. Let me pull up, Jenny, what you sent. I have the flyer that you sent earlier. Let me pull that up.
Greg, and to confirm, did you say that Yvonne and I have 10 minutes each?
How's it going?
Yes, that is perfect. That is fine if y'all can make that work.
We just want to be respectful of everyone's time.
No, that
Because
is
we
perfect.
could go over. We could.
No, we hold on 1 minute. No, 10 minutes each is wonderful. And then we have,
Perfect.
let me pull up your
Yeah,
CIP list. Okay.
the back left outer one keeps going flat on me. Shot. I don't know. It took a couple.
All right, y'all. We'll go ahead and hi D, hi Louise.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome. All right, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm on my other computer and apparently the webcam does not work. So I am Greg Asciuto. I'm the chair of the board at Charlotte East. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. This is going to be our last meeting of the year. We will be recording this meeting and it will be published on our YouTube channel later this week and then distributed to everybody who received a link for today's meeting. So with that said, we have about 3 to 4 agenda items. First being listening to our friends from Mecklenburg County talk about some programs that are available for residents that they would like to get the word out about. And we're going to briefly review the implications of yesterday's bond referendum in terms of what it means for East Charlotte schools, as many folks in this group worked in their own ways toward making that happen. And then we are going to end with some information about an event coming up on November 18th, which is going to be held at Calvary Christian Church off of Kilbourne. It's going to be a community impact day with free groceries, games, flu, COVID vaccines, and so forth. So with that said, I will go ahead and turn it over to you, Jenny, and I will go ahead and let you share the screen as well.
Great. Thank you so much. Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jenny Harper. I am the Community Program Coordinator for the Mecklenburg County Department of Community Resources. And I am here to share some information with you concerning one of our energy programs. Now, I know I met with you guys a few months ago. You were kind enough to allow me into your space to speak with you about the Crisis Intervention Program, or CIP. Those dollars that can assist with heating or cooling cost, those dollars are still available. and we have those available to assist low-income individuals or families now until those funds run out. But we've got plenty of money for right now. But I did want to, I had mentioned to you back then that I did want to come back to share some information with you about a program that will be starting for us next month. It will be and many of you are probably aware of it. It is the Low Income Energy Assistance Program, or what we call LIEAP. You know, Mecklenburg County loves a good acronym. So we, with LIEAP, just to kind of give you the 30,000-foot view of what LIEAP is all about, it is a federally funded program that can assist low-income individuals or families with their heating costs during the winter months. This is especially helpful for those that are seniors that are on fixed incomes. Because a lot of times, you know, in the winter months, those bills go up, but you know, those checks do not. So that's where the LIEAP money can come in to provide some additional assistance to help offset those higher heating costs in the winter. With LIEAP, the program runs from December 1st to March 31st. And the month of December is just set aside for those who are ages 60 or older. That is what the state recognizes as the special population. And those individuals can apply in the month of December. If, let's say, someone who's, you know, maybe 30 or 40 years of age, if they apply in the month of December, they're going to get denied because they're not a part of that special population as the state recognizes. But then again, they could turn around and apply again in January and could very well be approved. But again, December is just set aside for those that are age 60 or older to apply for the energy assistance. Now, keep in mind, those 60 or older can apply at any time. They can apply December 1st through March 31st. It's just that those that are under the age of 60, it's best that they wait until the 1st of January or the first working day of January to apply. With LIEAP, unlike with SIP, a person does not have to be past due on their bill to qualify for the assistance. So it's not as if you have to, you know, be delinquent on your bill or be in, you know, at the point of disconnection in order for LIEAP money to assist you. As long as you meet the income requirement, then you can get the money. And if approved for LIEAP, the minimum amount that the household would receive is $300. It could be anywhere from $300, $400, or $500. And that money would go directly to that person's heating bill. So if you heat with, you know, a lot of folks here in the Charlotte area, if you heat with electric, most folks, that's going to be Duke Energy. If you heat with gas, then that's probably going to be P&G. So whoever your heating utility is, that's where that particular payment would be applied. And the money sits on the account until you use it up. So, you know, let's just say the household gets $400 through LIEAP. If their bill is $50, then the LIEAP payment will take care of that $50 balance, and then it'll leave a $350 credit on the bill. So the person, whoever's name is on the bill, you should see where it states a $350 credit, do not pay. So the money, again, just stays on there until the person uses the money up, which is great because that frees up the money, their own, you know, household dollars for them to use for other household needs, be it for, you know, food or medication or whatever it may be. But it just kind of frees up that person's own money to be used for other household needs. Again, the program is available December 1st through March 31st. One other really great thing, and I'm just going to share, if I can, real quickly. Where is it? Looking for the flyer. With LIEAP this year, there's been something that's really great that's happened with LIEAP, where the state is now giving us, or giving those who are age 60 or older, more people are going to be able to qualify for LIEAP this year, because they've increased the income limit. It used to be where LIEAP was somewhat lower than the income limit for SIP, but this year the state has made a change to where with LIEAP, if a person is age 60 or older, that special population that I talked about, if that person is now, if there's a household of one and that person has a monthly income of $1,823, then he or she will qualify for LIEAP. Whereas before it would have been this $1,580, which is what that's 130% of the federal poverty level. But you can see the difference that that has, that increase has created, which is great, because that's going to help a number of our residents who are age 60 or older, who in years past didn't qualify for LIEAP because they were just a little bit over the income limit. Now they're probably going to qualify. So that's something that we definitely want to make sure that people are aware of. And I'm hoping, Greg, that you guys will be able to post this somewhere so that way folks can see that those who are 60 years of age or older, many more people are going to be able to qualify for LIEAP. So again, that's going to be a huge help to a number of folks. There are a number of ways that folks can apply, and actually they can apply however it's easier. If folks want to go to our website, they can go to the website and apply online. They can print off an application, they can complete the application, email it to us, print it off, take it to one of our offices and, drop off the application. They can actually call us if they need to. They can give us a phone call and we can take the application by phone, or they can come into one of our locations and actually sign up with us in person. So now, and especially now that we're talking with this East Charlotte group, many of you are probably aware of the new community resource center that we have that's located near Eastway and Tryon. That is it's the LB Scarborough Community Resource Center. And so anyone can go there to apply if they'd like. There's also our office over on Billingsley Road, as well as our Community Resource Center, which is over off Freedom Drive. So folks can go to any of those locations to apply with us. And again, any other way that's convenient, if it's by phone or however, and the other ways that I had mentioned to you. Again, we just want to try to meet people where they are, to try to make it easier for them to apply the best way that, whatever is easier for them, that whatever makes it easier. We're hoping that the ways that we offer are going to be of assistance to them. I will mention that with LIEAP, unlike with SIP, because it is more of an emergency type funding, SIP, we typically can get a response back on that, and monies are pledged to the account within a couple of days, because we're dealing with emergent, it's kind of like an emergency of sorts, or to prevent a disconnection. With LIEAP, keep in mind LIEAP is not immediate money. Typically it can take, once a person is approved for LIEAP, it can usually take the state 4 to 6 weeks before that payment is actually mailed to the utility, because, you know, we're dealing with the state. So it can take several weeks. But just keep in mind that that money will, you know, eventually it will work its way to the account and will be on there as and for most people, it'll be as a credit until the funds are used. I think that's pretty much everything that I needed to share about energy. And I know that I've shared with Greg the flyers. And so those will be available to you as well. If you need to take those, share those with any of your any of the residents around East Charlotte, with houses of worship, neighborhood organizations, coalitions. Feel free to share. If you need flyers, like hard copies, if you need for me to bring you some of those, I'll be more than happy to do that as well. If there are neighborhoods that would like to leave door hangers for some of their residents, I'll have those too. So we'll be glad to try to help you however we can get this message out to folks. We want to do that. And however we can help spread this word, it will be great. And I think I'd shared with you guys before the last time I was with you that I'm trying to do an extra push in the East Charlotte area, and just try to re-engage with East Charlotte. The last time I had really tried to reach out to the East Charlotte area was back in 2020, and it was just as COVID was hitting. So, then it got to be where a lot of, houses of faith and neighborhoods were not meeting, and, all of that. So we just haven't had the response from folks in East Charlotte like we'd like to have, because I know that there are a lot of folks in East Charlotte that qualify for this money and that could really benefit from this money. And that's where, it takes not just the work that I do and that Yvonne does, but people like you just sharing that message with the residents of Mecklenburg County will be so beneficial. One more thing, and then I'm going to pass to Yvonne. I know there's a lot of Hispanic residents in East Charlotte as well. And one thing that could be very helpful as you share this information is to let those families or help those families to understand that LIEAP and any of these programs that we have here through Mecklenburg County are in no way going to be connected with ICE or, for families to, we just don't want any families to be of fear of deportation or anything, because they're not connected. We're not reaching out to ICE. I know a lot of folks are leery because of that, leery in terms of applying for these services. But even if the head of household is undocumented, as long as there's at least one documented person in the household, even if it's a child, then that household could very well qualify for the energy programs with either LIEAP or CIP. So please just, again, share this information with the Hispanic community to make them aware that, they could very well qualify for a number of these programs, and in no way will these programs be connected with ICE or with deportation or anything like that. So, and I think that's pretty much all that I have to share. If you guys have any questions, there may be something in the chat. I haven't had a chance to pull that up, but I will put my contact information in the chat as well. So if you guys need to reach out to me, or if any of you, if you're, especially with houses of worship, if you need or would like for me to come by to speak with your places of worship,
Okay.
I will be more than happy to do that as well, to share this information, as well as any neighborhood organizations or coalition meetings as well. I'll be glad to assist however needed.
Thank you
Thank
so much, Jenny.
Absolutely.
All right, Yvonne, floor is all yours.
Oh, my goodness. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Yvonne Reed, and I am a program coordinator for the Homes program. Is it possible for me to share my screen as well?
You should be able to. Mhm.
Okay, let's see. I want to do this.
Jenny, you might have to stop sharing your screen.
Oh, am I still sharing? Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, excuse me.
No, no problem. Thank you.
There we go. Sorry about that.
Okay. So I'm Yvonne Reed, and I am a program coordinator for Mecklenburg County government for the Homes program. And I just wanted to share this important information about the Homes program. Basically, it began July 1st of this year. And it is a program to serve Mecklenburg County homeowners who are struggling with the rising cost of owning a home. This program was implemented because recently homes were revaluated, and most homes increased in value. And as a result of that, their tax bill increased. So the county and the city actually worked together, and they agreed to put funds together for homeowners whereby they can receive economic assistance, grants up to $426 to qualifying residents, and an additional $234 to residents that live within the city limits. So residents can receive up to $660 in total if they qualify for this program. So this is what makes a resident of Mecklenburg County eligible to submit an application for this program. Number one, the property, the owner must be a primary resident at their home and living there for the past 3 consecutive years. And also, they can only have one delinquency on their tax bill. Also, a qualifying person name doesn't necessarily have to be on the deed, but if they are recorded on a life estate, then they can participate in the program. This is an awesome program. So there are some income limitations to be eligible for the program. For example, if you're a single mom or single person, the maximum income that you would need to have made for 2022, we are accepting income information for the year of 2022. That maximum income would have to be $55,850. Now, if you're a huge family and there's 8 people living in your home, then the maximum income would be $105,300. The Homes program is not like the Census Bureau. We don't knock on people's doors and, intimidate anyone. This is, we accept what people put on their applications, and, we just believe that most of our residents in Mecklenburg County are honest. So we go by that income. We're happy to say that this program has been extended. The initial deadline to submit an application was November the 17th. However, the BOCC agreed that an extension is needed. And so December 15th, Friday, December 15th is the deadline at 5 p.m. for all applications to come into the Community Resource Center. Now, applications can be dropped off at the Community Resource Center, which is 3205 Freedom Drive, Suite 1000. They also can be dropped off, in person at the same address. And also, the application can be obtained at the County Assessor's Office, which is at 3205 Freedom Drive, but it's Suite 3500. And of course, anyone within the county can apply for this grant at mecknc.gov/4homes. And so that's it. And then, of course, we do have our leadership, our director, Yolanda Griffin. We have our Community Resources Division Director, Delisa Tolbert, and just so many other people behind this particular program that's sharing information within the neighborhoods. Myself and another social services coordinator, we go out into the communities. We as well, we love to connect with churches. We've recently gone out to senior citizen groups. Whoever you are, whoever would need that can benefit from this program, we just want to get in front of them and let them know that we care about them. You can use up to $660 towards your tax bill. It's a little something that can help people, and the money is on the table right now. There's plenty of funding to help out individuals. I would like you to also share this information with your congregations if possible, or your neighbors, anyone. Also, senior citizens 65 and older, if they're making an income no more than $33,800, we immediately refer them to the Homestead program. And the Homestead program actually pays half of their tax bill rather than them receiving just the $660. Now, if they're accepted in the Homestead program, then they are not eligible for the Homes program. But if they are denied funds from the Homestead program, then of course they will receive up to $660 towards their tax bill. So that's it. My presentation was less than 10 minutes, but I'm very grateful and blessed that you allowed me this time to speak to you.
Well, thank you so much for coming and sharing this information, and Jenny as well. Before we move on, I'm going to go ahead and open the floor if anybody has questions you'd like to ask about either of these programs. Alrighty. Well, thank you both very much. We'll be sure to get this information out, not just to the whole mailing list of this group, but to the larger Charlotte East audience.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you both.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Alrighty, y'all. Let me do this really quickly. Wanted to share an email that I sent out this morning to our education committee. It's long. You don't have to read the whole thing. Really, the important piece is at the bottom. But yesterday, Mecklenburg County voters approved the CMS state record $2.5 billion bond package, which has significant capital improvement changes or capital improvements to East Charlotte schools, and you can see that list at the bottom. So there will be 6 East Charlotte campuses affected by this that will be coming over. I think I talked to Dennis Lacaria last night. They're still spending about a year getting the last bond cycle wrapped up and then working on design. And then some of the changes can start to be made. I think he said in 2025, we'll start seeing construction on some of these. But I just did want to note, this is huge for our community. You know, Charlotte East, we didn't outwardly advocate for the passage of the bonds, but our community has been involved with this capital improvement project really since day one. We were the first organization to host a community meeting with this group. I know Louise Woods has been at this for a very long time, and actually was the reason that I got into Charlotte East was because of this work. It was a very, very emotional evening for me to see this come to, like I'm getting choked up now. Like this has been a lot of work, y'all. Specifically the changes that were approved for the Garinger High School feeder pattern are monumental. You know, our community here has really struggled for years with public perception and with educational attainment at the Garinger, 3 years very intently. I've been blessed to be part of a team that's focused on policy solutions and advocacy that actually helps us bring families back to East Charlotte, but also that provides the families that have never left the same opportunities that exist everywhere else except on the east side. So with the passage of this bond last night, huge step forward for East Charlotte education, for the future of our community as well, and how folks not just view our schools, but view our neighborhoods. Socioeconomic integration is time and time again proven to be one of the biggest silver bullets, if anything, that lifts educational attainment for kids at all income levels. And we believe that we've put forward a plan that was adopted, or that's through this bond, that will do just that. So huge win. A lot of other elections last night, but I know definitely as it pertains to East Charlotte, this was very big, as there are going to be tangible changes that we'll be able to see coming down over the next 3 years. The biggest ones that folks in this community will be able to physically see will be the demolition of Hawthorne, which is over there in Villa Heights. If you don't know, it's one of the oldest schools in Charlotte. It will be that school will be moving essentially to the new Atrium Innovation District and become part of the medical programming there. We will see Albemarle Road Middle. If you guys don't know, it's next to the Simmons YMCA, almost on the same campus, but it's going to be completely demolished and rebuilt with a 45 new classroom. And then there will be Chantilly Montessori will be demolished as well. That site is no longer usable for academic purposes just because how it sits on a floodplain. In East Mecklenburg, they've already received, I think, $100 million in infrastructure improvements, but the remaining $200 million for campus improvements and athletic improvements will be coming along the next 5 years. So a lot of work went into this. Louise, you have been the guiding light through all of it, truly. I know you will not take credit for that, but you have. So huge congratulations to the East Side on this, y'all. This is huge.
It is, and this is Maureen. I just want to thank you, Greg, thank you, Louise, and the Education Committee and all the community members that work so hard to do this. I think it's absolutely fantastic. It is.
Thank you. Louise, do you want to, did Louise drop off?
No,
No, there you are.
I'm here, but I don't know how, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, okay. And I'm sorry then, because you may have been hearing some things I didn't.
No, I just started to hear you.
I
No.
had trouble finding my, anyway. Okay. I just agree with you, Greg and Maureen. It's been a huge community effort for many, many years. And now, we just need to follow on through, but having this is just such a heavy lift, and I think it shows that we can accomplish things if we just continue to stick to it and stick to it and stick to it. And Greg, you have just made such a difference in bringing the educator's perspective and organizing in such a way that, and it's taken a huge amount of your time as well. But thanks to everyone here and in the community for making this happen. We're going to move forward and see good things.
Well, thank you for the kind words, and I'm excited. I'm very excited about. I know the community is very excited as well. As in terms of the school level communities are very excited about this, because the ripple effects, we'll really start to see soon. There's already a very strong pipeline being built back up at the elementary school level with intentional design to bring their children, to send their children here, instead of going ahead and looking at their options for where can they go out of East Charlotte to send their kids to school. So big things ahead, but a huge victory. And yeah, huge victory. I did want to know, this is a little bit off topic from this, but as we talk about the other monumental lift that Charlotte East and the community has made in this past year, is the Eastland advocacy in and of itself. But as it relates to schools, I did want to bring this up, y'all. Like, part of the reason that our team was so fervent about supporting the team that we did with the indoor sports complex was that it was the people, right? It was the people, it was the relationships. And I wanted to note today that that team dropped off 50 turkeys and Thanksgiving sides to Garinger to distribute to families earlier, about a couple hours ago. So we were able to give out 50 turkeys thanks to them and their intentional commitment to our community. So, you know, the more that we can break down some, and those are people from West Charlotte, right? So the more that we can continue to engage community, continue to stick together and be intentional about how our work is supporting the people that we live with, the better things will happen. And I think we've seen that with this year. So good notes, good notes. And the last thing that I want to bring up before I turn it over to leave it an open, just open up the floor. Let me pull up this flyer. So there is an event happening next Saturday at Calvary Christian Church. For those of you who are not familiar, it is really at the intersection of, well, not at the intersection, but it's at Kilbourne, close to Central. And let me move this bar away, but you all can see the flyer. I think the county, y'all might be there, Jenny. I'm not sure, because I know it's a county. The county's usually very heavily involved with this, but we usually have the Charlotte East annual retreat on the same day, which we actually are again this year at the exact same time. So we won't be able to make it, but I think I went 2 years ago and it's a significant turnout, right? So you can see the elements that are going to be on there: free groceries, health screenings, clothes, resources. I know in the past they've had entertainment, music. You can see a lot of the sponsors below. Just a, you know, really all-encompassing effort by a lot of different partners to meet people where they're at. And I'm going to make sure that this flyer gets shared with everybody because it's within walking distance to anyone on the central corridor. And it's definitely something to take advantage of, even if it's just to show up. You never know what resources you might not know that are being offered that are available. Like I see Dream Key is going to be there, Center for Digital Equity, Charlotte Community Health Clinic. So a lot going on there, and I would highly encourage folks to get the word out about this and attend if you can.
And Greg, if I can just add, Mecklenburg County will definitely be there. I know that I will be there at that event. Yvonne will be there.
Wonderful.
Well, I'm not sure if it's Yvonne or if it'll be someone else representing the Homes program, Unified Workforce Development, Empowering Fathers. There will be several different touches from Mecklenburg County that will be in attendance at that event.
Awesome. And this is like when we talk about, even organizationally as Charlotte East, we're talking about having more, you know, in the community touch points for next year where people can come and we bring folks from different agencies providing services to allow them to, you know, really interact with our community in a meaningful way. This is one of those events that does exactly that. I mean, this is just really an awesome opportunity for anybody who wants to even just come out and enjoy community. So alrighty, well, I am gonna close the screen share on that, and I am gonna go ahead and open it up to anyone who has an agenda item or just anything they would like to share. We have about 7 more minutes remaining for our meeting, so the floor is open.
Greg, is it okay to share some fun things?
Always, Louise. I think we need more of that in life.
Okay, well, and it's also a fundraiser, so maybe I should or shouldn't share it, but it's a free event this year, Light Up the Winter Night, the Children of the World Learning Center is sponsoring, and so there'll be probably about 20 trees decorated by businesses. If there are any businesses or nonprofit that would like to sponsor a tree, let me know immediately, but or have a vendor table if people want to do crafts and that type of thing. But people can come and just enjoy the beauty, and there'll be music going on. There'll be food trucks. So it'll just be a really fun time, and hopefully we'll be able to raise a few funds for the dual language multicultural preschool at Century 9 Methodist. But we'd love to have families and individuals just come and have fun for, at the beginning of the holiday season. And the
What is
children will stay as well.
What is the date this year, Louise?
It's Saturday, December the 2nd.
Okay, it's coming up. All right, all right. Well, and I would say I'm excited because it is always a wonderful event. I know I've been the past 2 years. It's a really good time. So, is the church putting out or the preschool putting out any communication or a flyer?
Yes, we'll be putting out flyer at the end of this week or first of next week. Do you think you could send it around?
Of course, we can
Okay.
do absolutely.
Okay. If anybody here would like flyers at your, center or whatever, just let me know. Greg, you're welcome to send out my email.
Okay, we'll do. You said it's December 2nd. It'll probably be, what times it begin?
This year, it's going to be 5 to 8. We extended it earlier last year, but we decided to keep it 3 hours, 5 to 8. So,
Okay, wonderful. Are y'all doing, I forget when is y'all's barbecue?
well, we had the barbecue chicken just a few weeks ago.
Louise, I did not know about that. I would have come and seen you, y'all. Their barbecue, man, I'm upset. Okay, I guess I'll get over it.
Okay, I'll remind me, and maybe we can push them to have one in the springtime.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Alrighty, y'all. Well, if there's anything that you would like me to share, to be honest, I'll try to get the notes from this out and the recording out on Friday. So if there's anything that comes up between now and then, feel free to shoot me an email. And thank you all so much for joining.
Greg, do you think? Thank you.
I'm sorry, I heard somebody.
I'm sorry. The flyer about the event Saturday. Do you think you could shoot that out just by itself today?
The flyer, the event Saturday. The one with the one on Kilbourne is next Saturday.
Oh, it's not this coming Saturday. I misunderstood.
Yeah, it's next Saturday. No, it's next Saturday. I'm sorry. Diego, yes, sir.
Yes, hi, how you doing? I would like to share we are doing a newcomers resource fair November 18. And if anybody would like to donate, gently use codes. We are distributing those clothes in the community closet to a lot of people who are new in the city.
Wonderful. I'll just put a note in when I send the email out about that. Is there how long are y'all collecting them until like next Friday?
Yes, next Friday, and it is closed. It is an closed event, invitation only. That's why we don't have a flyer.
Got it.
We have a community closet. We keep receiving families, newcomers. Through the year, we have served around 500 families. So anytime, especially during the winter season, we will receive the codes.
Wonderful. Good to know. That's a good to know touch point for a drop off. And I will say, Diego, again, congratulations to you and the rest of the team at the coalition for a wonderful event on Saturday. The Dia de los Muertos event, if you had the opportunity to go at Camp North End, was one of the best cultural events that I've been to since I moved back to Charlotte. It really was awesome. It reminded me a lot of the events I would go to when I lived in LA. So you guys did a phenomenal job, Diego.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.